Linux gaming has come a long way. When I first started, native games were rare, and we usually had to resort to complicated workarounds to get a Windows game to launch. A number of compatibility tools were released over the years to make things easier, but Valve has made incredible progress in advancing Linux gaming, and a recent release of SteamOS makes it even better. Today, we're going to see what the process looks like for installing SteamOS on a desktop computer, and that makes it easy for you to transform your computer into a dedicated Linux-based gaming rig. SteamOS is a polished Linux image that boots directly into Steam, and you're going to see it in action today. Now, I don't get a chance to cover gaming on this channel as often as I would like to, but anytime I do get that opportunity, well, I quite enjoy it. I love computer games. But anyway, in this video, what we're going to do is transform a desktop PC into a Steam machine effectively. By the end of this video, you'll have your very own Linux-based game console ready to go, because I'm going to show you the entire process of setting up SteamOS step by step. In addition, I'll also have a full review of SteamOS on this channel very soon, so be sure to subscribe to Learn Linux TV and enable notifications so that way you won't miss out. In this video, I'm going to stick to the installation process, but the review will contain even more information. Initially, the current iteration of SteamOS was created for Valve's Steam Deck, which is one of my favorite gaming consoles. But when it comes to version 3.8 of SteamOS, which was recently released, you can now install it on handhelds that weren't created by Valve. It's also noteworthy that Valve has released a brand new Steam machine as well, and although Valve has yet to send me a review unit, it's something that I'd love to check out. But what's especially noteworthy for today's video is that the latest SteamOS can now be installed on a standard desktop PC, which means you can essentially create your very own Steam machine from hardware you already have. And this is a game changer, because building a Linux-based game console has never been easier. And we'll get started in just a moment, but before we do, I just wanted to rant a little bit. The thing is, I hate ads. They interrupt basically everything that we do, and nowadays you can't even get through an entire YouTube video without having to click the skip button several times. There has to be a better way. Now, I'm sure you guys hate ads too, which is why I've put together ad-free content for you so you can learn Linux without interruption. And to get access to the ad-free content for this channel, all you have to do is join this channel as a member. And as part of your membership, you'll gain access to ad-free videos, which is great because learning Linux is hard enough already without having to click the skip button several times per video. But that's not all. Learn Linux TV's members also gain early access to select videos. There's more perks coming soon, but definitely don't wait. The average person watches between 6 and 8 hours of ads per year, and in that amount of time, you could have built your very own Kubernetes cluster. So become a channel member. I would really appreciate that. And now it's time to get started with today's video and install SteamOS. And first, let's talk a bit more about what SteamOS actually is. I won't spend too much time on this though. I know you're eager to get started, so I'll cover this in more detail when I upload my full review. But what I will do right now is give you some brief history when it comes to SteamOS, because it's at least worth knowing a little bit about a distro before you install it. And yes, SteamOS is a Linux distro. In fact, it's built on Arch Linux. But even though this is the first time I've covered SteamOS on this channel, it's not a new project. In fact, the first version debuted over 13 years ago based on Debian. So you might be wondering, if it's that old, then why am I only covering it now? Well, the reason is because I never really had a chance to. SteamOS, as well as Steam machines, completely bombed due to an overall lack of developer support. Now, Valve could have just gave up, but they didn't. SteamOS was later rebuilt on top of Arch Linux, and the Steam Deck was released back in 2022, which did very well and also succeeded in generating developer interest. But unfortunately, that new Arch-based iteration of SteamOS was created specifically for the Steam Deck, which meant that desktop users were out of luck. Until now. SteamOS now supports additional platforms, such as several new handheld models and also desktop PCs. And this is a game changer. SteamOS is a complete Linux distro you could install on desktop hardware you already own, which makes it a breeze to build your very own game console. All you have to do is install it, pair a gamepad, and you're good to go. I'll cover SteamOS features in more detail when I finish my review, but so far it's been a fantastic experience that's surprisingly user-friendly. So basically, in a nutshell, SteamOS is a Linux distro that is intended to transform your computer into a gaming machine. It's built from the ground up to be navigated via controller support, which is really cool, so it really does act like a gaming console. Once you install it, which you'll see the process shortly, and then reboot, you'll have everything you need to start playing games, and that's what SteamOS is. It's a fantastic Linux distro that's aimed for gaming. Anyway, I'm sure you're itching to get started, but what do you need in order to install SteamOS? Well, what I'm going to do right now is outline the requirements, and I'm also going to cover a few additional details that are worth knowing before you begin. And right away, I'll mention that the process of installing SteamOS will wipe out your existing operating system and all of your data, so be sure to back up anything that might be important before you get started. It's possible to install SteamOS as a dual boot with Windows, but in this video, we're going to focus on performing a full installation. Also, you'll need a PC with an AMD GPU, as NVIDIA GPUs aren't supported, at least not yet. Valve has confirmed that NVIDIA support is indeed coming, but there's no exact date for when we might be able to expect that. But if you're watching this video in the future, you could always check Valve's documentation to see if NVIDIA support has arrived yet. Another requirement is that you'll need a flash drive. We'll be using this flash drive to create an installer for SteamOS, and that process will erase everything on that flash drive, so again, be sure you back up all of your important stuff before you go any further. The flash drive that you use should be at least 16 gigabytes, which isn't that big of a requirement since that should be very common nowadays. And from there, the process is just a matter of launching the installer and answering a few prompts. And once you do, you'll be up and running in no time. Now before we get started, one last thing. We need to have reasonable expectations. SteamOS is compatible with a large library of games, but not every game will run on it. Reason being, most games on Steam were designed for Windows, but since SteamOS is running Linux under the hood, it's not able to run Windows software, at least by itself. And to help with that, Valve has built a number of compatibility layers and tweaks to make Windows games run anyway. The most prominent of which is Proton, which handles non-native games surprisingly well. But just keep in mind that you may run into a few games every now and then that won't run on SteamOS. For me though, the majority of the games within my library work just fine, so chances are your favorites will probably work too. And now it's time to actually get started. And the first thing we're going to do is create our installation media for SteamOS. And to do that, we'll first download the installation image, and I'll show a URL on the screen right now that'll take you right to the download page. And we can ignore the fact that the verbiage here implies that this download is specific for the Steam Deck. I can personally confirm that it works fine on desktops too. I do hope that they change the verbiage in the future, but it is what it is. Anyway, what I'll do is scroll down. I'll check this box right here, and then I'll click the download button. And it's a large download, so it might take a few minutes to complete. I'll give mine a moment to finish, and I'll be right back. And now that my download is done, what I'll need to do is extract the compressed archive that includes the image. Now to be fair, most image writing utilities do support writing a compressed image directly to a flash drive, but it makes the process take a lot longer. So what I'm going to do is right-click on it. I'll click Extract All. I'll extract it. And now it's finished extracting. What I'm going to do next is write the installation image to the flash drive. There's a few different tools you could use to do this. For example, there's Etcher as well as USB Imager. On my end, I already have Etcher installed. We can see that right here, so I'll double click on it. And here's Etcher. Now Etcher as well as USB Imager are both available for Linux, Windows, and macOS. So chances are your current operating system is supported. I'll leave links down below where you can access these particular tools. I'm going to use Etcher, again, because it's what I already have installed, but if one of these tools doesn't work, then the other should. But anyway, what I'll do is click Flash from File. I'll choose the uncompressed image, which should be this one right here. I'll insert my flash drive. I'll choose it from the list, and I'll select it. And that should be all there is to it. So what I'll do is click the flash button to begin the process. And now my installation media is being created. So I'll let this run, and I'll be right back as soon as it's finished. And check it out. The process is complete. We now have installation media for SteamOS. We'll get back to the video in just a moment, but I wanted to mention that if you haven't already done so, you should really check out the Learn Linux TV merch shop. After all, if you enjoy this channel, there's a good chance that you'll appreciate the kinds of things that I've put together over at merch.learnlinux.tv. And this isn't about pushing merch for the sake of it. I wanted to create things that feel like a natural extension of this channel. Practical references, clean designs, and the occasional inside joke that only really makes sense if you spend a lot of time in the terminal. Basically, it's merch for people who like Linux enough to care about the details. For example, in the shop you'll find the classic apt-install coffee tee, which is perfect for people that enjoy both Linux and coffee, which is probably the majority of my audience. You'll also find shirts that help make it obvious what your favorite distro happens to be, and even if you're indecisive, there's a shirt for that too. You'll also find cheat sheets, ebooks, cups, hats, and a lot more. So if you want to take a look, you'll find everything over at merch.learnlinux.tv. And as always, thank you to everyone that's already supported the channel, whether that's through the shop, watching the videos, or by just being a part of the community. I really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the video. And all I have to do right now is restart my computer and use the flash drive as my boot source. And to do that, I'll need to access my computer's boot menu. The actual key that you'll press will vary from one manufacturer to another. Usually it's going to be something like F7 or F12, those are common ones, but there's others as well. But to help you out, what I'll do is show a card on the screen right now that'll give you all the boot keys for the most popular manufacturers. Just check the list and find yours, and that should tell you what key you'll need to press as your computer starts up. And this is the boot menu for my computer. So what I'll do is choose my flash drive, which I know from past experience is this one right here, so I'll press enter. And here it is. What you're seeing right now is SteamOS in all its glory. Well, actually, not quite. What you're actually seeing here is the installation environment for SteamOS, which doesn't actually launch Steam. This environment is for installing or reinstalling SteamOS, so you can think of it as an installation tool. All we have to do at this point is launch the installer, answer a few prompts, and once that's done, your computer will reboot and you'll see what SteamOS actually looks like. Before you go through the installation process though, I first recommend that you verify that Wi-Fi works. All you have to do right now is click the Wi-Fi icon on the bottom right corner of the screen and make sure that you see a list of wireless networks. Now you don't have to actually connect to one right now, but you'll at least want to make sure that you see actual networks listed in this menu. If you don't, then that might mean that SteamOS doesn't support your Wi-Fi card, which is important to know before you wipe your current operating system. Once you're ready to install it, all you have to do to start the process is double-click the Wipe Device and Install SteamOS icon, and a prompt will appear asking you to confirm. All you have to do is click the Proceed button, and that's literally it. And at this point, SteamOS is installing, and all we had to do was click the left mouse button a total of 3 times. It doesn't get any easier than that. And now we're all set. It's telling me that the re-imaging process is now complete. So to reboot my computer into SteamOS, I'll click Proceed. And now it's finished booting. When you start SteamOS for the first time, you'll see a series of icons on the screen which are basically telling you to connect your keyboard, mouse, and gamepad. You don't have to connect all 3. I only connected a gamepad on my end. You don't actually need a keyboard and mouse. Anyway, I just powered on my gamepad and SteamOS detected it immediately. And what we're seeing right here is the configuration screen that shows up the first time you start up SteamOS. So I'll choose my language. I'm just going to press the confirm button on my gamepad. For the time zone, I'll scroll through the list until I find Eastern. And here it is. And then here we're seeing a list of wireless networks. Earlier I mentioned you didn't have to connect to a Wi-Fi network when we were testing it. We were just trying to make sure that Wi-Fi worked at all. But now that we've actually installed SteamOS, if you do intend on connecting to Wi-Fi, you could do so right here. So what I'll do is choose my Wi-Fi network. I'll type in my super secret password. And then I'll click Connect. And there we go. Now at this point, SteamOS is going to finish setting up a few more things, so I'll let this finish, and I'll be right back. And now it's started up again, and SteamOS is giving us a chance to pair an Xbox controller, if we have one. I'm using an 8-bit Do controller that I've already connected, so what I'll do is choose Skip. But if you do have an Xbox controller, now would be a good time to pair it. And now it's giving us a chance to enlarge or shrink the screen to make sure that everything fits. And it looks okay to me, so I'll choose Next. And now I'm going to sign in to my Steam account. and I'll sign in. And now it looks like I'm good to go. And here we have SteamOS. Now it's just going to give us some general information. We could press the confirm button on our gamepad to skip through these prompts. And let's go. And check it out. Here we have SteamOS in all its glory. We see the recent games that I've been playing. These ones right here, just to give you an idea of the type of games that I'm into. But now you'll be able to browse through your library and install some games. And there's our video. In this video, I showed you guys the process of installing SteamOS step by step, and you should now have your very own Linux-based game console. I hope you have a ton of fun with it. And speaking of fun, I had a lot of fun producing this video. So if you want to see more Linux-related videos just like this one, then be sure to subscribe to Learn Linux TV. With all that said, thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.